Good evening, it's Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. That's 4 for April, 2, and 2025 sums to 9. We could also look at 2025 as two double-digit numbers. 20 plus 25 equals 45. I'm being directed to emphasize that 20 plus 25 equaling 45 is to represent this long cycle, outdated cycle that is now ending in grand fashion as we speak. We are still experiencing the energies that led up to the catastrophic seismic events of last week. The many victims of last week's catastrophes, the seismic events and the extreme weather events, the tornadic weather that we've experienced in the Midwest and also in the southeastern part of the United States. These catastrophes have disproportionately affected people who have less in the way of material things or are of a lower socioeconomic standing in the world. I'm being shown that these political events that are taking place right now that have caught people by surprise, both the government and its subjects by surprise. These huge manifestations that we are seeing in society and also in the government are about to very quickly be followed up by physical, seismic, and extreme weather events. I'm seeing lots of fires and more seismic activity. Seismic activity, fires, and the word salamander right now as related to heat. Anyone who works in a kitchen knows that a salamander, that really hot appliance that can grill things in the kitchen, the word salamander is associated with fire. Walking through fire. The legend of the salamander having that ability to even being born out of fire, or having the ability to walk through fire and not be burned, being impervious to fire. There are going to be fires all over, in both the literal and the figurative sense. And I'm getting the sense of being in the midst of this fire. I'm not feeling the fear that you might expect that one would feel when being surrounded by very tall flames, like almost. I'm seeing the kind of flames that would be all-consuming. So this is an environment that feels like you can't get out of it. But what I'm being told is that the imperviousness to this fire, these flames, is going to be a factor of one's energetic vibration. In order to be impervious to this fire, these flames, one must have implicit trust in God and gratitude for everything in the present. Being fully present and aware that all of your needs are provided for. This is not an attitude of wanting or needing, but understanding that everything that you would ever need is already here. This gratitude for everything already here, around you and inside you, is going to ensure that you are protected and provided for at this time, even when the flames, I'm seeing flames like 10 feet high, 10, the number 10 feet. This salamander energy, it's the energy where this fire is not going to consume you, but it's going to transform you. It's going to temper you, to strengthen you, even to purify you. It's a cleansing fire. Those who are in the lower vibrations of anger, jealousy, fear, hatred, those lower vibrations are the vibrations that will cause one to be consumed by these flames. At this time, everyone is being sorted by their vibration. I'm hearing the scripture that you will look around for your enemy and he will not be there. We have crossed over into the month of April. The month of March emphasized our sacred responsibility, our sacred calling to bring into physical existence everything that we came here to create. Everything that we agreed to come here to create in order to elevate the vibration of this planet at this time. These creations must be released now, and the entire month of March was for us to devote our energy and our time to bringing those creations into existence. The transition period between March and April was extremely dynamic, powerful, sudden, and it's not done yet. If things seemed really quiet on April 1st, and certain people may have felt as we went from the end of March into the beginning of April that they made it through without having to pay the karmic debt that they have accumulated by causing injustices and loss of life, loss of freedom, loss of safety, loss of prosperity, livelihood. The karmic debt was just too much for them to get by without paying it. They were celebrating, rubbing in their victory, celebrating. And now they are feeling right now, as we speak, judgment coming down upon them right now. The way they didn't care for all those poor people in Myanmar and Thailand. The way they didn't care about all those poor people in Missouri, in North Carolina, and Kentucky, and Oklahoma. The way they didn't care. They were warned that the ground could not be trusted at this time. Now, the warning is that the sky cannot be trusted at this time. The earth or the sky cannot be trusted at this time. There are no rocks big enough to hide from this. You had your opportunity. You had more than enough time. They knew that they were lying while people were suffering, and they chose to double down. It was never a game, but they chose to play it, and now it's game over. For the creators, this is your moment to dot your I's and cross your T's. This is your moment to really start making things solid, tying any loose ends, polishing things up. This is your time. I'm hearing the word presentations. The energy that you must have right now as a creator is a very deliberate energy of emotional balance. This is a calm, secure energy knowing that in this highest frequency, you will be able to solve any problems that may arise at this time. Because you created with pure motivations, everything that you have created with pure motivations, you will now be experiencing serendipities. You will now notice that your creations are solving problems that did not exist at the time that you first created them. This will help to recalibrate you. It will help to refocus you at this time. Understand that the same energy that you started your creations, you're going to continue with that same energy, focusing on your service to the collective as you present your creations. Understand that at this time, there's going to be a lot of movement. You need to remember that home is wherever you are. You are at home within yourself. As long as you know who you are, and as long as you are approaching every circumstance with a spirit of gratitude, everything that you do moving forward with this authenticity, I cannot stress the importance of being in your authenticity at this time. We have moved into a completely different paradigm. And what we are experiencing as a collective in this world, it is taking the world by surprise. This is not what the destroyers expected. They weren't paying attention. They were too preoccupied in an energy of hatred and jealousy and fear to realize exactly what time it was. And it's game over for them. But now it's your time. It was so important that you focused on your creations during the first half of this year, because the second half of this year, we are going to need your creations moving forward. There's nothing in the old vibration that can successfully move us forward at this time. It was of the utmost importance that you spent from the beginning of this year until now creating what you will now be releasing, presenting. I'm hearing the word distribution. You will now be distributed to wherever the need is the greatest. Everything that you need will be provided for you, because everything that you need is already within you. Everything that you receive will be a manifestation of what you recognize that you already possess on the inside. And you will access what you already possess on the inside by being in this energy of authenticity and gratitude at all times. The instructions here are to be in your center, April 2nd, 2025, 4 plus 2 plus 9 is 15. This 15 describes an energy of moving forward with an intention to correct an imbalance or to solve an imbalance, to satisfy a deficit or to rectify what has been missing. And now, for all of you seasoned creators, seasoned problem solvers, This is your moment to really get in there and take the lead in problem solving. There will be collaboration and delegation that will be necessary in order to accomplish the work that is so necessary at this time. I am seeing that you have been given an assignment that will, I'm seeing going in reverse, reversing what has been done over the past 25, 24, 23, 3 to 4 years of damage. There will be tremendous progress made from now. It's going to blow your mind how much will be accomplished. You will not be doing it alone. You are vessels. You are powerful vessels, channeling the highest vibration possible, compared to weak vessels channeling the lowest vibrations possible. Powerful vessels channeling the highest vibration possible will be undoing the damage that weak vessels channeling the lowest vibration possible have manifested, brought to ruin the earth over the past few years. You'll be surprised what you will accomplish. It will feel almost effortless because you are going to fully enjoy and appreciate what you're doing because you were born for this. You were made for this. And you have more support than they ever did.